Hello, my name is Paige Garwood, and I want to welcome you to my masterclass. Let me tell you a few things about me that you may not know. In fact, there's probably most things about me you don't know because I'm nobody famous. I'm one of you. I'm a blue-collar, everyday kind of guy who has been playing music for the past 50 years. I have a master's degree in education from Concordia University, and I have a master's degree in musical composition from the Vermont College of Fine Arts. That's the academic side of me. But the part that I bring to this class is a part I think that's going to be most valuable to you, and that's my 50 years of experience. Or as my son would say, Dad, you got something other guys don't have. You have mileage. Guess what? I have mileage. So I'm going to be bringing a very practical approach to music composition. I'm aiming this master class at musicians who already read some music, you play an instrument, or you sing, you have some knowledge of music theory, and you want to explore the possibility of composing music. That's why I'm here. I started teaching a music appreciation class about 20 years ago, and I quickly found myself falling in love with the classical music from the medieval and early Renaissance era. I didn't see that one coming. But it pushed me towards studying the history of music theory and where it all began to get us to where we are now. So what I'm going to do in this course is we're going to start where it all began with the first 9 notes that medieval composers used to compose their music. And with those 9 notes, magic happens. We are going to, with these 9 notes, we're going to write something called a cantus firmus, fixed melody. And then once that is done, then we're going to write an accompaniment part into second voice. And we're going to call that the counterpoint. It's a first species counterpoint. Now, this is not going to be an exhaustive treatise on medieval modes and writing polyphonic counterpoint music. But there are some basic principles that we're going to discuss that I use when I'm starting to write a piece of music. You see, when I sit down to write a new piece of music, the same thing happens every time. I stare at a blank piece of score paper and I pray for the notes to show up. And they almost never do. Which leads me to one of the main purposes I'm doing this master class. One of the, in fact, not one of the biggest takeaway I got from my master's degree program in music composition at Vermont College of Fine Arts, and you're going to hear me mention them a lot. They changed my musical life. One of the big things that came out of that was the conversations I had with my fellow students. Now, the professors are brilliant, but man, it's in that interchange between other composers where real knowledge takes place a lot of times. And for me, I heard everybody talking about process. What's your process? What's your process? And that became my pursuit. In fact, my thesis paper was written on my process. And my process was developed to answer this question: how can I write a piece of music when I'm not inspired to write a piece of music? What do I do when I don't know what to do? This process that I'm going to share with you in this masterclass demonstrates how that works for me. Every original composition starts off as a musical exercise. I write a cantus and I write a counterpoint to a very strict set of rules. I lay a good foundation. And a good foundation is really important. If a house doesn't have a good foundation, I don't care how pretty it looks on the outside, you won't be able to live in it. So I write as strong a foundation as I can using a cantus and counterpoint, no matter what kind of music I'm writing. It's really odd how this works, but this is how it works for me. And that's what you're going to get in this class. How to lay a strong musical foundation. Then at some point past that in the process, when I start listening to the interplay between the counterpoint and the cantus, I start hearing the melody that's waiting for me in that piece of music. So, there you have it. It is my goal to offer you the results of my 50 years of experience as a musician as it applies to composing music. I'm aiming at an audience that is like I was. I know something about music, I play, I sing, and now I want to compose. I'm going to expose you to my process. There'll be a workbook associated with this class, so you can try what I do out on your own and maybe modify it somewhat but whatever happens, I want you to compose music. A composer composes music. I want to hopefully give you a push, bump you along the road, and get you started writing music of your own. There is a lot of fun in store. My name is Paige Garwood. Welcome to my masterclass.